I get asked very frequently by my patients, what's my diet? And it's the carnivore diet, and there's a very specific reason for that. My name is Dr. Augustine from Head to Wellness, and today we're going to be talking about why do I recommend the carnivore diet? It's really, really important. So I've been in practice for 35 years, and I've seen lots and lots of heart disease patients. I've seen blood sugar patients from pre-diabetes to diabetes. I've seen obese patients, patients that can't lose weight and have massive problems there. And the number one thing is we as a nation are massively addicted to carbohydrates. Who does not love sugar? I've done other videos on this topic. And these are major reasons why I recommend the carnivore diet. But I want to talk more in depth on this topic because it's such a spectacular, game-changing diet for people. And so I recommend this. I recommend that you try it out there. Try it for a month. You know, anybody can do something for 30 days. People do detoxes. Well, let's try a gut health detox. We can call it that. Just with doing the carnivore diet, and you will have tremendous results with that. So one of the, of course, reasons why I recommend the carnivore diet, it definitely improves gut health. So a study published in the Journal of Nutrients in 2017 demonstrated that a high-protein carnivore diet improves gut health by reducing inflammation and promoting the growth of good probiotic bacteria. Well, why would that be such a big deal? Is because plants, vegetables, have toxins, not just from the pesticides, of course that's an issue as well, but also from God's design of these vegetables. It's to protect them against pests, so say bugs eating them, as well as animals eating them. But guess what? When we put them into our body, it creates inflammation just because of that. And let me tell you, before I started the carnivore diet, I was doing the ketogenic diet. And I would have those dark greens, those broccoli, Brussels sprouts, kale, good things like that. And oh my goodness, even though they have nutrition in them, I would still dig deeply into my gut and have bloating and tenderness and inflammation. So, problem. It's so amazing that when you switch to carnivore, digestion is a ton better. I have no digestive issues whatsoever now. There's no bloating, there's no gas, there's no nothing. It's absolutely amazing. So, love that. Another study published in the Journal of Gastroenterology in 2019 found that a low-fiber diet, now check this out, a low-fiber diet such as the carnivore diet, improve your gut health by reducing the risk of developing inflammatory bowel disease. So another good thing. And so people say, well, I need my fiber. It's to feed that good probiotic bacteria, and also it's to help move things along, right? You really don't need that. You want to make sure that on your carnivore diet that you increase your total consumption of fat. If you increase your fat, it will slide through without an issue. Matter of fact, you can go the other way where you can get to a point where you're doing enough fat to where you can actually end up with loose stools or diarrhea. And of course, it's just a balance of that. So that's not a problem, but it's amazing. It's just amazing. So the second major thing about the carnivore diet that's amazing is reducing inflammation, like I said. And that goes along with what I was mentioning about the toxins that are in plants. So the Journal of Nature Reviews Immunology in 2017 says that a high-protein carnivore diet can reduce inflammation through the body's reduction of inflammatory cytokines. So really deep and powerful immune and inflammatory pathways in your body is reduced. Matter of fact, I would say it's drops even to nil, to nothing. It's so amazing when you have no inflammation, not only in your gut, but then of course that tends to branch out through your joints and that sort of thing. So it really takes inflammation down. Another study, the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition in 2018 found a low-carb diet reduces inflammation throughout the body, increasing the production of ketone bodies. That's the thing. Increasing your ketone bodies. Ketone bodies are the byproducts of burning fat. And fat is a far better source of calories. It has twice the energy as sugar does. So now sugar tastes pretty darn good, don't get me wrong, but I'd rather not have diabetes, heart disease, and inflammation. I would rather have more energy. So that's another thing that people will find is that they'll have actually more energy because of fat is a very dense fuel and it's far more efficient to burn fat. Your heart, the primary fuel for your heart is actually fat. Did you know that? Kind of interesting. What about improving mental health? That's another great reason to do the carnivore diet. Now, why would that be? Because the Journal of PLOS, which stands for Public Library of Science, in 2018 found that a high-protein carnivore diet can improve mental health by reducing inflammation and improving the production of neurotransmitters in your gut, such as serotonin and dopamine. Again, great thing. So your mental health can improve pretty dramatically too. And what about the fact that on the carnivore diet, you definitely have an increase in fat content, and the bioavailability of the nutrients from animal protein and animal fat are far greater available, so you're going to absorb your nutrition much better. Good thing. Another obvious, and I think really obvious thing is weight loss. Weight loss. Now I'll give you the study. Study in the Journal of Cell Metabolism 2016 found that carnivore diet helps to increase the production of a hormone called adiponectin. Look it up. Adiponectin. So the higher we can get your adiponectin, the better metabolic processes occur, your metabolism increases, and your fat loss is greater. Good thing. Another study, Journal of the American Medical Association in 2020 found that a low-carb diet, such as carnivore, helped weight loss by reducing the risk of developing obesity. But why is that? Why would you have greater weight loss in reducing the risk of obesity? It's because of a major hormone called insulin. The only thing that makes you put on body fat is spiking your insulin up. The only thing that raises insulin is what? Starch and sugar in your diet. So imagine removing that and you can be a fat burning machine. Fat burning on the outside as well, your waist, remember the love handle issue? As well as if you have any fat stored on the inside, helps to get rid of it. So keeping insulin low is really critical for your full body health. And I've done other videos on that topic. It's kind of complex, but it really makes sense. The lower you can keep your blood sugar and insulin, the better your body is going to function, the slower you're going to wear your body out from inside out. So amazing thing there. And I'm sure you've heard that low-carb diets are really good for losing weight, but it's true. How about improved energy levels? That's another great reason to do a carnivore diet. Journal of Frontiers in Nutrition in 2019 found that a high-protein carnivore diet can improve energy levels by reducing inflammation and improving the production of ATP, adenosine triphosphate, which inside your cells, you get 40 to 60 trillion cells in your body. ATP is the thing that's produced as the byproduct of cellular metabolism. It's called the citric acid cycle, Krebs cycle, another name for it, but you take food into your system and ultimately, if it can get into your cells, it will improve ATP production so you have more energy. And the carnivore diet does that spectacularly well. So it helps to improve your energy levels. How about the reduction of risk of chronic disease? Reducing the risk of chronic disease. Study done in the Journal of Circulation in 2019 says that a carnivore diet reduces the risk of developing certainly heart disease and also reducing the levels of LDL cholesterol and triglycerides. Now, LDL cholesterol, by the way, isn't bad cholesterol. Cholesterol is not bad. Triglycerides being high would be a problem. It actually is connected to risk of heart disease, but not cholesterol. Why? Because inside your body is cholesterol. What makes your cholesterol is your liver. And certainly you can eat some foods that are cholesterol foods, such as eggs. I have at least 3 eggs every day, plus bacon. So cholesterol is not a problem. If you fall down, I'm going to give you a good example here. If you fall down and scrape your elbow, what forms on your elbow the next day? It's called a scab. And what's the scab there? Is it bad? Is it a bad tissue? No, it's there to heal that area that's been scraped off. So the internal scab for your body is cholesterol. It's protective. Your brain cholesterol is essential for brain function. Cholesterol is really essential for your cellular health. It's essential to make your hormones. Cholesterol is amazing stuff, and we need lots of it. So that's a big deal. Reducing levels of LDL cholesterol, which isn't a big deal. But imagine taking the stress off of your liver. Why would it reduce your LDL cholesterol? One of the ways is if you're not beating your liver up with starch, sugar, and alcohol, then of course your cholesterol levels can drop down. It's a good thing. How about another study? This is a journal called the New England Journal of Medicine. Maybe you've heard of it. In 2020, found that low-carb carnivore diet reduces the risk of developing strokes by reducing the level of blood pressure and inflammation. So reducing the risk of stroke because you're reducing inflammation and blood pressure. Again, taking that stress off your liver, the liver filters your blood. And if your liver's congested and dysfunctional and beat up because of too much starch, sugar, and alcohol, then guess what? Your liver gets better, blood pressure can drop down, and things are just better. Like high blood pressure for a long period of time causes all kinds of problems, from strokes to dissecting aortic aneurysms, really, really horrible, terrible stuff. So in saying all of that, and this is in summary, the carnivore diet has been a game changer on many levels, and especially for me personally, because everything that I recommend, I do before recommending it to patients. So it includes blood sugar, improvements in your blood sugar, your heart health, your gut health, inflammation, mental health, weight loss, chronic disease, and I've been doing this for at least 8 months, and it's spectacular. This way of eating shows major, major health improvements with no downsides. Other than if you have a really congested and dysfunctional gallbladder, yeah, it takes a little bit to get past that. You get your gallbladder working better, but not really a big problem. Now, are there some significant things that you really need to do when you do switch to a carnivore diet? Is you need to make sure that you have several things in place. You need to make sure that your electrolytes are good. To process protein, you need lots of water. And so electrolytes are important because the water and fluids that we put into our body today, it's all filtered, and which means low minerals. So taking electrolytes, and the one that I use commonly is called ElectroPure, Keto C8 ElectroPure from Designs for Health. I give you links to these products if you want them, if you're interested. So ElectroPure, I put about 2 or 3 squirts in about 4 or 5 ounces of water and drink that down. Do not have muscle cramps and things of that sort, because muscle cramps are really terrible. So that's one thing you have to make sure that you do each day. Another thing is getting adequate omega-3 fish oils. The one that I use is called Omega-Veil Hypo Liquid, phenomenal product, and I can also give you links to that too. And it is in a liquid, so a teaspoon of this gives you 1,200 milligrams of fish oil, and it's both DHA and EPA. And the reason that we want to do that is because if you do eat any pork or chicken, your omega-6 levels can rise. And in this country, what we should be ideally is a 1-to-1 ratio of omega-3 to omega-6. The problem is, let me switch that around. Omega-6 to omega-3 should be a 1-to-1 ratio, but currently in this United States, it's a 20-to-1. We have way too much omega-6 compared to omega-3. So a really good idea in general anyway, even if you're not on a carnivore diet, is to have really good fish oil. And you want to make sure it's clean and it's fresh and all that good stuff. So you want to have really good fish oils. That's a critical factor. So with that, drink plenty of water. And if you have any questions and you want to know more about this, please let me know. You can leave questions or comments below. You can email me at draugustine@gmail.com, or you can call my office at 562-860-3404. I would love it if you could like and subscribe to my video podcast. I'm also on social media. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, as well as YouTube. I'm also on actual podcasts like Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify. So please like and subscribe there too. I'd love it. That'd be great. And we will talk to you next time. Have a great day.